serve, and now we'll serve to open the second, capturing the first set 6-3. Well, Bruguera's got him right where he wants him. That's what he's done on his way to the finals. Lose the first set and then go 3 in a row.
I don't think that's what he had in mind, though. Started this final. Kuerten once again popping that ace up the middle. Just a second.
Bruguera lost the first set to Chang, lost the first set to Razzi, and the first to Rafter, and then swept the next 3 coming into the finals. Let's take a look at the first set statistics.
Well, Kuerten obviously with the edge on the serve, hit a lot more winners, did make more errors. He's going for more, and a relatively quick first set here. Kurtz Bruguera up the middle once again. So far, a routine game. First game of the second set.
40-0.
Bruguera looks awful tentative here so far. Looked this way against Chang, was a set and a breakdown.
Holds it love. So into the second set, Kuerten has allowed Bruguera only 3 points on his serve and owns the lead.
Tennis Tips presented by Visa.
All the way from Paris, Professor McEnroe on the top spin.
Well, if you imagine a clock, you hit the ball about 9 o'clock, try to come up over it so it'll come down faster and stay in the court. I was taught by my buddy Tony Palafox to shake hands with the racket and hold that one grip for the entire time. A lot of players today, you see them change the grips like Kuerten there, go over to the Western style grip, and that forces you to hit more topspin, but a more safer shot to hit on the clay court and slower surface.
Back with action here. Gustavo Kuerten owns the first set 6-3. Held it love to open the second. Bruguera wins the opening point on his serve at love 1.
As a starting point for beginners or even intermediate players, though, imagine shaking hands with your grip and starting to play that way. And if you find a comfort level close to that, that's what you're looking for.
And you got a lot of your top spin not by the grip, but using a little more wrist.
Using the wrist, which you clearly see Bruguera does. He's got already the Western style grip, and then he compounds it with that heavy wrist action. He got lazy there. That forehand sort of strolled up there and missed it wide. Bruguera just doesn't seem to know what he wants to do yet. He really hasn't sort of developed a game plan. I think he was just feeling Kuerten out, but he forgot to come in with a game plan in case Kuerten was dominating him from the baseline, which just clearly surprised him. You notice there, Kuerten standing at the baseline, jerking Bruguera around, who's literally 8 to 10 feet behind it. And that's why he's got a smile on his face right now. It's going just the way I want it to, he's thinking. Got the jitters out early in the match. Hitting the ball clean. The wind has died down. No rain yet. That ball's going to drop wide.
Wind took it, and another break point for Kuerten. Not much for the Spaniards to cheer here thus far. Bruguera somewhat off form, and Kuerten playing a high level.
Brazilians haven't had to bang any drums yet here. Sort of looking forward to that today. Took his eye off the ball there. That and the fact it was break point choked up a little bit. He had plenty of time to hit this ball. He's hit it well in the entire match, but Tougher to hit when you're looking for the break.
Delicious.
He is enjoying himself. That's the best part of all, I think. See that? See some emotion for a change-up in the men's game.
A struggle to win that one, but Kuerten another break point.
Talk about a well-earned point. Bruguera gets the serve to skid off the line right there. And that's where that elbow sticking out in front gets him in trouble, because he's tough to make that adjustment. And that's why it's going to be tough for him on the faster surfaces.
You're talking about Kuerten.
Yeah. Play it a little bit safer when you're going up the line. The net's a little bit higher there. Kuerten clipped the top of the tape.
Both men still taking their time, trying to grab some air after that long point. Point for 1-all, Bruguera. And he caught another line and holds. Despite 2 chances for Kuerten to take an early lead in the second. Juan Antonio Samaran, the president of the International Olympic Committee, like Bruguera, a native of Barcelona.
He's looking to rally the men players to play the Olympics. 8 of the top 10, about 16 of the top 20 did not play last year. That had to be a disappointment for him. Andre Agassi winning the gold, by the way, for the United States, beating Sergi Bruguera in the final. In 1 hour and 1 minute. 3 out of 5.
You would have loved to play the Olympics, wouldn't you?
I would have loved to play the Olympics. I would have loved to play Bruguera on hard courts on the Olympics. Not on this surface, though. Take it nice and early. Saw the opening because Bruguera was sort of standing back there waiting to see whether the ball would drop in. Good move there by Kuerten.
Well, Bruguera's got to find a way to win some points on Kuerten's serve. He's just been shut out. Only 4 points in the entire match. None in this set. And another hold at love for Gustavo Kuerten. Sergi Bruguera is a big NBA fan and not a bad shooting touch. A case in point, after beating #1 Pete Sampras in the Lipton semis in March, he wowed the crowd at the Miami Heat Cleveland game. Made all 3 shots. The final one from the top of the key. Won $500 donated to the ATP Tour charities in his name. He's a big fan of the NBA. A Laker fan, loves Magic Johnson. You can bet after the goings-on tonight late, he will be interested, as you will, in Game 4 of the NBA Finals.
That helped to be 6-3 there. Bruguera tried to sneak in a little lob. Not good enough. Kuerten showing the good touch. Bruguera hanging in there. Made him hit the overhead, which he didn't hit that well. He just got his racket on it, but it was good enough. Bruguera thought he hit a big forehand out wide. Kuerten did one better. Look at this forehand that Bruguera is. He thinks he has a pretty good angle, but Kuerten says, no, that wasn't good enough. I'm too quick for that. Got too much feel.
Looks like a Western rodeo star about to rope a calf on that forehand.
Good play there by Bruguera. Took the initiative. Things aren't going particularly well for him, so he's got to change things up. Look at this. Kuerten dominating off the forehand. And it looks to me, early in this match, that he's a bigger hitter off the baseline. Bruguera is a little tight and tentative. I think he's surprised at how well Kuerten hits the ball off the ground. Oh. Kuerten paid the price there for that soft forehand approach. He's got Bruguera off the court. This is the ball he could have put away, but instead he gives Bruguera one chance. He still didn't expect to see that. Big time shot at 15-30 down. It's the error from Bruguera, keeping the pressure on, hitting that forehand quite well today. Now another breakpoint chance.
S'il vous plaît. Merci.
The seventh breakpoint opportunity in the match. Converting 2 in the first set. That one.
Key to get that first serve in. Kuerten a little tight, mishits the return. Bruguera's got that short backswing on the backhand. Watch this right here. Virtually no backswing. Hits the ball a lot flatter that side. It's almost like he punches at it like a volley. Back to deuce. Catches the line again. Like he did the previous service game, got him out of trouble. Once again, the ball skids. Once again, Kuerten doesn't react quickly enough. Bruguera looked at the line there, which caused him to lose a little concentration, and Kuerten quickly picked up on it. So Bruguera's looking down to see if that ball's in.
But that's why he's been the star of this championship, Kuerten. He's got all the shots, and with the outfit and his nice demeanor, a lot of folks been rooting for him.
Sergi not happy there. That ball appeared to be about a foot or two over the net, yet he got this.
Call filet.
And I don't think Bruno heard one either, but the bottom line is the guy called the let, and they're going to play two.
The net cord, and that threw off the timing of Bruguera. Another break point.
He had Kuerten in all types of trouble, but he just stood there watching as Kuerten barely got the ball over and sort of casually cruised up and missed the approach. I don't know what he's looking at there. Probably his old man saying, I'm sorry. You know, I won't let it happen again.
Another chance for a 3-1 lead going by for Gustavo Kuerten and Father Luis Bruguera.
Well, the wind is rearing its ugly head again, and that's making things tougher for the players. I have to be more conservative here.
And Bruguera's trouble first serves continues.
Extremely difficult to serve when it's that windy, and it's really kicked up just right now. There's another miss hit.
And another break chance for Kuerten. Bruguera serving only 52%. More errors by Kuerten, but as John McEnroe has pointed out, playing a much more aggressive game and more winners going with it.
Gets a break there and takes advantage of it. It's all going the Brazilian's way so far.
Third time he's broken. Bruguera leads 3-1.
It just goes over the net. Bruguera does well to get it back. Kuerten moved in quickly, just like he should do. Make no mistake, hit that volley above the net if you possibly can, and says, I'm not sorry, I'm just going to tell you I'm sorry.
Mama Alice and Grandma Olga like what they've seen so far. Kuerten up a set and a break.
Yeah, Bruguera looking to be more aggressive, put a little bit more on those ground strokes.
First time he's been low 15 on Kuerten's serve in the entire match.
Kuerten with 3 times as many winners. I think Bruguera was hoping for a replay of the '94 final when he played an unseeded Berrettini. Won that routinely, but that's not going to happen today. Good recovery there. But then bricks the backhand.
So a love 30 opportunity for Bruguera.
Berrettini, he could hurt off the ground. Berrettini, a little guy. This guy's big, so he can take the ball up high. With the ball's kicking up, it's not really affecting him the way it does a lot of other players. Should be easy winner there. Bruguera forced the guess. Kuerten hits to the open court. What's he going to do at Wimbledon, Dick, if he wins here with those clothes?
Well, he says he has some whites, but they're all under the blue and gold. 30 all. And he's superstitious now, having so much success in the current uniform.
I wouldn't blame him. He ain't changed. He wasn't going to change now, that's for sure.
Including not shaving. He's going to let that grow as long as he's winning as well. Says he thinks he's getting to look like Alexi Lalas, the U.S. soccer star.
You better not shave. Yeah, I better not shave for a few more years. Bruguera just doesn't seem to be moving as well as he normally does. He's hesitating. You could see this shot coming, yet Bruguera barely able to run it down. Once again, the classic play, I think, on this service, go behind your opponent. He seems to be in a slight amount of shock at the moment.
Well, he's got some high-rated company. Mooster, Kafelnikov, Medvedev, Borkman. All beaten by this young Brazilian.
He just had a win earlier this year over Andre Agassi in Memphis. Beating Wayne Ferrer and Mark Woodford on hard stuff. He's actually done better on the hard courts. Struggled on clay coming in here, which is why he went back to Brazil to get some confidence, get some hometown support before he came back to the French.
Won a small challenger event there a week prior to the French Open.
Wonder what he's going to do next year. Is he going to go back to that event, or will he play in a bigger event like Rome?
Oh, the net cord for Bruguera. And he has his first break chance.
And that's the first real signs of tightness there. Didn't react well to that left cord. Got a little too cute on that drop shot. He's playing some extremely intelligent tennis, though. He's not going for too much, but he's keeping Bruguera on the move, and Bruguera's not happy to be running this much. It's not an easy shot to hit when you're break point down, but he made no mistake. Good angle on that overhead. Didn't try to hit it too hard once again, just placed it well. Shut up!
Avantage Bruguera. Forehand awry gives Bruguera another opportunity to break. Back on serve here in the second.
Tout petit peu de silence, s'il vous plaît, mesdames et messieurs. Merci.
Chair umpire Rubouf asking for silence.
Going to go wide.
And Bruguera gets the break, his first of the match. They're back on serve 3-2 in the second.
Here's Grandma Olga Schlesser and Mama. No, okay. All right, they don't want to talk during the point. Okay.
They were willing to, but with our commercial...
They're willing to talk during our commercials.
No problem. They didn't want to miss any of the action. That's certainly understandable, but we'll get the reaction of the Kuerten camp.
He got a little tight that last game, but he's certainly been taking advantage of that short ball, just like he did there. Using that nice inside-out forehand angle for the winner. And Bruguera returns the favor with his favorite, or one of his favorite shots, that backhand up the line. Hits it nice and flat, takes a short backswing. Perfectly timed. Just like Sergi did there. Watch the ball until it hits the racket. Don't look to see where it's going.
Now, Bruguera's had some problems with his overheads in previous matches, and he misses badly on that one.
He's getting a little bit more stick on the ground, so that's cause for hope, but he missed an easy overhead there to go down 15-30. Scooped that over. He saw that drop shot coming, and in he came. He had a good, solid approach shot. Bruguera with an excellent pass here. Look how close that was. I thought it was a double hit, but the motion was still moving forward, so that would have been a point for Kuerten if had that gone in, but no, it's 30 off. Appears the wind's a little behind Kuerten, so on this side, getting a little bit more oomph on those ground strokes. Once again, takes advantage of the short ball. There's not a lot on that Bruguera shot. Starts moving forward, but Bruguera misses the pass. Another break point. But he was tight there.
Chance to regain the lead for Gustavo Kuerten. You see the wind whipping the Roland Garros flag. But what makes it difficult here, the flags don't all blow in the same direction. The wind does swirl within Court Central. Now that is Sergi Bruguera at his best. Waiting, timing, and rifling a winner down the line.
With a short ball, Kuerten just didn't do enough with that approach. That ball sat up. If he had sliced that ball, that would have stayed nice and low, but that's where Bruguera can hit extremely good passing shots like he did there.
Good call.
Rubuff confirms the call. Deuce.
I believe he's had to get out of the chair yet, maybe one time, but so far not much of a problem for Bruno Rubuff.
Yeah, Bruguera's complained constantly throughout the championship on line calls and question, and the French started to offer some derisive whistles at that the last match. He's been better boy today.
Avantage Kuerten.
Another break point for Kuerten.
Once again, that first serve saving him. He's certainly lost the majority of the rallies when the two have been on the baseline. But he knows Kuerten is going to be tight. Bruguera's got that first serve percentage up close to 60%, which is pretty good in this type of weather. Bruguera on the run throughout that point.
For 20 and relatively inexperienced, he is a thoughtful player, Kuerten.
Certainly he's watched Andre Agassi play, I feel, because he's really looking to stand as close to that baseline as he can. Take that ball nice and early if possible. Bruguera forced to look up in the sun for that overhead. Didn't do a particularly good job, but he did get it in this time at least. Kuerten guessed right, had the forehand lined up, pulled it wide.
This then becomes the longest game of the match, fourth deuce. As Bruguera battling to stay on serve in the second, Kuerten won the opening set.
You're asking for trouble if you're going to have to keep hitting passing shots that far back as we look at 1 hour into the match.
4 o'clock in the afternoon on this Sunday in the City of Light. As we come to you live from Paris, the men's championship final. Eva Maioli, number 9 seed, a surprising winner of the women's side yesterday.
I saw Eva last night celebrating. She had a bigger smile than Kuerten has now, and well-deserved. Shocked that women's draw there. Everyone's talking about Graf or Pierce or Hingis or Celis, and the Croat wins her first major.
And now a Brazilian trying to win the first major championship for his country. First Brazilian man. And Bruguera now with a point for 3-all.
Tell you something, if Kuerten hadn't gotten tight a couple times in this set, he could have easily been up 4-1 or 5-0 right now.
Well, that's going to swing wide in the wind, and Bruguera with a struggle survived 3 break points against to go 3-all. Here, the last 10 years, the men's champions on the Terbat 2. Kafelnikov beaten by Kuerten. Mooster beaten by Kuerten. Now he's trying to take care of Bruguera when the 2 prior. Courier, Gomez, Chang, Wilander, Lendl.
Who's going to top that guy? 6 French Opens.
15-0.
First Brazilian since Tom Koch in '68 to even get past the quarterfinals is Kuerten.
When we talk about the Americans, you did notice there Jim Courier, 2-time winner here. Michael Chang, that great run in '89. So been some success for us. Someone's hat fell onto the court, and they're going to have to play a let.
That's embarrassing. They keep passing the hat down. No one
owns it now.
White please. White please.
Playing a lead at 15 love. 3-all. Now again, John, Kuerten's power on the forehand keeping Bruguera pinned so deeply.
He's got more power up the forehand side, and it's paying off. He's got a little tight when he was up a break. Otherwise, he'd be cruising in the second set.
And serving well. 40 love.
40-0.
Appears to be fine physically, despite all the tennis he's played this tournament.
Long on that one. If Kuerten can win this championship, he'll be only the 3rd unseeded in history. Frenchman Marcel Bernard in 1946 and Wilander in '82, the only other 2. And there's the ace to secure the game win. 4-3 on serve in the second. We're back in Paris. Dick Enberg with John McEnroe and Bud Collins. Don't forget tonight, Game 4 of the NBA Finals. And throughout the finals, our own NBA on NBC analyst Steve Cyber Snapper Jones analyzes the games live online. NBCSports.com. All your questions, even after the game, listen to the post-game press conference online. NBC. Sergi Bruguera serving 3-4 in the second, down a set.
Well, continuing attack comes in on the second serve. It's the first time I've seen that.
15-0.
Bruguera's forte is touch and passing shots. Those ground strokes, and he displayed them there on that point. Nice touch. That backhand lob. That ball hit both lines. Bruguera has nothing on the ball, though. He's just pushing it back, and Kuerten calmly runs around the backhand and rips it for a winner. He certainly knows Bruguera's got a weak second serve, so he's standing well inside the baseline, looking to take it nice and early, clip the top of the tape there. Just see that coming. Just looking to hit that backhand up the line. Bruguera knew it. A lot of people in the stadium probably knew it as well, and he just went for too much. That's what Bruguera does. He sort of dares you to go for too much.
Bruguera, one of his more impressive service games. It's 4-all. Look at Kuerten. 5 aces, 16 forehand winners, a total of 30 in all. Only 2 from his backhand side, a couple 7 coming at the net. The obvious weapon is from that forehand wing. Oh, nicely done.
Didn't expect to see that from Sergi. Kuerten also a little shaky on that second serve, so Bruguera takes it early with that short backswing. It's a nice volley there behind Kuerten. It's a very similar type of matchup. You're both looking to win some easy points in that first serve, get in front of the point. They're both looking to take advantage of those softer second serves.
Boy, the angle to hit that ball so accurately inside out on that ad court, he just puts himself in terrific position.
Oh, beautiful. That was just an outstanding point from both players. Bruguera scrambling, looks to be moving better now. It's a good backhand cross court. Bruguera just stretches out there and is able to get something on it, which was not easy to do.
There have been so few opportunities for Bruguera at 15-30. Gives him some hope.
Once again coming in. And that's experience right there, changing things up. Finally, he's had enough of sitting back there and get beaten from the backcourt. So once again, he takes advantage of that serve.
15-40, s'il vous plaît.
Shows some good touch, and that's an easy put away. Looking to turn things around right now.
First time he's had 15-40 in the entire match. Kuerten immediately erases 1 break point.
Let's see how important it is to get that first serve in now.
30-40.
13 chances already for Kuerten. Bruguera's had that one when he was down in the second, down 3-1 in the second. Was able to sneak his way back in the second set and looking to serve for the second set if he can win this point. Well, 3-time is not a charm for Bruguera there. See, he didn't really want to come in, but he figured, look, I'd won the other 2 points coming in, so I've got to come in. Looked a little hesitant there.
And another break chance, Bruguera to go up 5-4. Well, John, if you were just tuning in and closed your eyes, you'd think that you were torturing these 2 guys with the sounds they're making at this point.
It is torture playing on this surface, as far as I'm concerned. For 2-time champion Sergi Bruguera, not looking happy right now. Another unforced error for Bruguera. And Kuerten's able to sneak out for the 3rd time this game, back to deuce. And you know Kuerten was ready that time. He says, I don't care how good an approach I'm going to hit like he does right here, but I'm going to be ready for this passing shot.
Avantage Kuerten.
Does a good job there with the drop volley. He knows he doesn't have to hit it too good, just good enough. Chance for 5-4 here. Not a particularly good service game from him in this game. A little bit tight out there. Toss too low.
Gustavo Kuerten denies 3 breakers, 5-4 in the second. Geraniums lining Court Central, 16,000 plus on another sunny day in Paris. Sergi Bruguera trying to become a 3-time French Open champion against this young 20-year-old from Brazil,
Petit peu de silence, s'il vous plaît.
endeavoring to capture the first ever French championship for his country. It's 4-5 of 15.
It's a freebie there, the first point. He is bouncing around, and he's excited right now. Further irritating Bruguera, Dick.
Who has to be a bit dismayed at not converting one of those 3 breakers in the last game.
Oh, he had that one. He wishes he had that forehand back. Ball sailed long. That could have been love 30. 2 points from the set. Instead, it's 15 all.
Yeah, the wind brought that ball up shorter than Bruguera had set himself, and then an awkward forehand, 15-30.
He still can't miss shots like that at this point in the match. Unusual for Bruguera, him showing nerves as well.
Another line.
The wind just played havoc with those shots, and Bruguera is one angry Spaniard.
And the first set point here for Kuerten.
That's not the way he wanted to hit that passing shot.
15-40.
As the wind, the ball hit the service line and skidded on him, and 2 set points now for Gustavo Kuerten for a 2-set lead.
Yes, he is human.
30-40.
One choke out of the way, but luckily he's got 2 set points. Let's see if he can do something with this one. Gets a second serve again. Oh, he saw that opportunity there and seized it with a big forehand for the set.
Guga, they call him. Gustavo Kuerten leads by 2 sets, 6-3, 6-4.
Certainly was praying that ball go wide. And his prayers were answered there. 1 set from the French Open title, 1997, Gustavo Kuerten.
And he breaks Bruguera at the end of both sets so that he gets to open the next set unserved. Well, the question begs, John McEnroe, do you think we're seeing the development of a new star on the tennis scene in Kuerten, or is this just one of those rare times where a player comes out of nowhere or wins and then disappears?
No, I think the ability's there, clearly. He's got the shots. He's got the touch.
How do you figure that he didn't do anything prior to Paris that any significance?
He's only 20. He's been, coming from a country where there's not a lot of success doesn't bode well for your confidence. No Brazilian male has really done that well in the circuit, so that can't help him early on. Now he's in a league all his own. Question will be, how strong is he? He's a big guy. How well conditioned is he? Nice inside-out backhand there by Bruguera. Desperately needs to get off to a good start here. Will he keep working, for example, when he goes back to Brazil and celebrates this result? A lot of questions that are unanswered that we won't know for the next couple of years. How does his game translate to other surfaces?
Andres Gomez, when he won here in 1990, and he went home and celebrated and never really returned.
Gomez at the time was 30 years old, and it was like a culmination of a very solid career.
Well, Bruguera attacking here to open the third set and earns a couple of breakers. It's a big game for Bruguera, isn't it?
Huge games. Down 2 sets. Wants to get off to a good start here. Put some pressure on Kuerten and make him think, hey, I'm going to stay out here as long as it takes. Now a chance. Only a 6th of the match. It's not what Kuerten wanted.
Another break point for Bruguera at 30-40. He's never really led in the match. Been on serve best he could do.
Well, he's going to be one discouraged dude if he loses this game.
And there's nothing worse in Paris than a discouraged dude. I've noticed that myself.
You like that, huh?
Yeah, Coach Laurie Passos.
He's the opposite of a discouraged dude. Passos. No, especially when he sees shots like that from Bruguera.
What a championship this has been.
Oh, great stab.
Underway in the third. Gustavo Kuerten leads by 2 sets.